brief because I've got to run off to another campaign event. Here we are, guys. I am constantly amazed by how much things resemble where they were 2.5, 3 years ago when I was running for Congress. The very first speech I gave 3 years ago was, "My name's Joe Walsh, comma, I feel like I'm losing my country, comma, and I'm angry at Republicans and Democrats for putting us on a path that's going to bankrupt our kids and our grandkids." And away I went. Ooh, what's that? And we're still there. We're still there. I don't know of a candidate now, I don't know of a Republican candidate now that isn't saying November 6th is the most important election in this country's history. I'll do you one better. It's not an election. My God, if you think November 6th is an election, if you think November 6th is just an election, we've already lost. If you truly believe in your bones, if you really do, think about this. Don't just say this like this. These are words that were sprouting forward. If you truly believe in your bones that this thing called America, we are preciously close to losing, November 6th is not an election. It's the next important step in a revolution to take this country back. Don't treat it like an election. Don't. It's so much more important than that. It's so much more important than that. We live in a country where we're losing freedoms every day. We live in a country where Americans aren't working because our government is sitting on top of us. We live in a country right now where every child born in this town today is born with about $60,000 of debt on his or her head. You know, we don't turn this around really quickly, folks. We're not going to recover. We will not recover. And my God, if that's not how you feel, we've lost. Now look, you can get Tucker up here, you can get Dan Croft up here, you're going to hear from Steve Beeman, you're going to hear from a lot of policy and advocacy experts. We're done with that. We're done arguing, we're done debating. Do you understand that the other side knows they're at war? I can tell you, I'm in Washington every week, from Pelosi on down. They know exactly what they're doing. When I said 3 or 4 months ago, the goal of the Democratic Party is to get every American dependent upon government, folks, that is their goal. And do you know, and do you appreciate how steadfast they are in achieving that goal? I love this country. It's why I do what I do. I had a full head of black hair about 6 months ago. Let the record show that's a lie from a politician. These last 2.5 years have killed me. I took on this race against a Democrat in a Democratic district to prove a point. The other side, ladies and gents, they know we're at war. Oh my God, if you could be privy to some of the conversations that I hear in D.C., they know we're at war. And they believe they're winning. Because every day, they get more people dependent upon government. We, who believe in freedom, we who believe in churches and communities and neighborhoods and families and individuals, folks, that, and we've got a shot on November 6th. Final point. Actually, two final points. I said when I ran last campaign, and I've said every single day since I've been elected, and it drives my leadership in Washington crazy, but tough. I am a Tea Party conservative. That could be John Boehner telling me something. I am a Tea Party conservative first and a Republican second. I can tell you, folks, that I've told my leadership this in Washington a number of times the last 2 years. If we do well, and Mitt Romney's in the White House, and we keep the House, and we take the Senate, and these Republicans get the keys to Washington, D.C., and come January or February or March next year, we don't be bold, and we don't stand up for limited government and freedom, if we don't simplify this tax code, if we don't work for a flat tax, if we don't start drilling for oil right outside this barn, if we don't repeal Obamacare immediately, if we don't take this thing called government and shrink it down immediately, I've told my leadership, baby, they're going to run us out of D.C. This movement, this silent majority of Americans, young and old, rich and poor, has put their faith, has put their trust in the Republican Party this last time to get this right. That's right. And if we don't deliver, Mr. Speaker, they're going to overrun us. None of this, folks, is going to happen if you don't lead. Look, I am a freshman member of Congress. There ain't nothing special about me. I'm there because a group of people that's scared to death they're losing their country sent me there. I am nothing more than their voice. And if that group of people doesn't rise up these next 47 days, we're losing. Don't look toward us. Don't look toward Walsh. Don't look toward your politicians to turn this country around. We will lose November 6th if this silent majority does not lead. It's not your politicians, it's you. And you better... go out like you've never gone out. And you better knock on every door, because the silent majority is not just Republicans. You know, the media, thank God, the media is clueless. Thank God they are. But you know what? Neither political party understands you. Neither political party understands you. I believe, and oh boy, you better believe too, that we still are the silent majority. But you know what? A lot of people are betting against you this November. The media has written you off. The Democratic Party laughs at you. The Republican Party scratches their head. They just don't know what to make of you. You want to turn this thing around? My God, don't look at me. You want to turn this thing around? You better knock on doors you've never knocked on before. You better call people you've never called before. And you better tell them really clearly, as Steve Tucker said, hey baby, what a wonderful country we're about to live in. We now live in a country where your government can tax you for not buying something. What a country. You better tell them, folks, do you want to live in a country where your government can tell a Catholic priest, you better pay for and subsidize a product that goes against your very faith? You want to live in that kind of country? reach out now. And it's going to be you. You are the silent majority. Claire Van Horn, the DuPage Tea Party, you are the silent majority. And we will not win if you don't lead. I got 47 days. I'm going to drive a 1984 RV around the district every single day. And we are going to knock on every door. Hey, you two, come here for a minute. Come here. Hurry up. Hurry up. Come here. Come here. Come here. What's your name? Anthony? Mark. Hey, no props, nothing humorous about this. Take 30 seconds right now and look. Look at Anthony and Mark. Just look at them. Hey, don't you two move. You got 47 days to try to deliver a free and prosperous country to these two. You got 47 days! And I'll tell you what, your politicians will not deliver a free and prosperous country to these two without your pressure. This is what we're fighting for. This. We want to be able to look at these two in 20 years and smile and say we did right. We did right. We tried to preserve freedom for you, and we did. We didn't want to place all of this debt on top of your heads. They're strong boys, but not that strong. This is it, guys. Take a look. You got 47 days to get it right for these two. God bless you. Lead.